Hey guys, and welcome back to this week's episode of Mindset for Success. My name is Cliff Sereday. I am the team leader from Marty Hampton Real Estate. And today we're going to be going over some actionable items that you can plug into your business today to make sure that you get your 2024 off to the right start. With that being said, I want you guys to get involved with today's webinar. Drop questions, anything that you feel like you're getting stuck on right now, and let's work through that today. So I'm going to go through 5 actionable items that you guys can plug in, and then we'll jump into a Q&A session, okay? So really an overarching thing that I'm seeing that's working right now is work. So putting in a true 40 hours into your business every single week. So you're really treating it like a business, like a career. We talk about real estate. We think about real estate probably more than 40 hours a week. But I want you to kind of sit with yourself and see, what am I doing, actionable things and measurable things that I'm doing on a weekly basis that gets me up to where I'm working it as a full-time job. And if you consistently do this week over week, you're going to just generally see that increase of conversion with your leads, with your buyers and sellers, and then also that income that we all are doing this for as well. So the first thing that I'm going to say that to get a jump start and kind of wrap our year up with is reach out to all of your sphere, all of your past clients with just a happy holidays. I hope you have a safe and fun holiday with your family, because that's going to keep you top of mind. So don't ask for a referral. Don't plug anything about real estate. Just go in with a close for the year. Happy holidays to you and your family. And when they're with their family, when they're with their friends, they're going to remember that someone's going to bring up moving to their area. They're going to talk about having to sell. Something's going to come up with real estate, I guarantee it. And you're going to remain top of mind. And that's where those referrals will come in from those holiday get-togethers. And connect. And that same token, connect with your community going into the new year, and maybe do something that's not pertaining directly to real estate, right? So we talk about doing things for our business. So if I go out and I something with church or with a group that I'm in, it has nothing to do with my business, but ultimately has everything to do with my business. Getting my name out there, becoming a real human to my buyers, my sellers, really getting involved that way. Another way would be a community event, hosting one yourself. It could be a neighborhood event. I know there's people that they'll rent a 40-yard dumpster to put in their driveway, let all their neighborhood know, hey, new year, it's time to clean out that basement. It's time to, clean out the attic. And that really have it branded, but it has nothing to do with real estate, but again, has everything to do with your business at the end of the day. And then connecting with your prospects. I've been hearing this, week over week with my team. We've been really doubling down on our communication with our leads coming into the team, and not giving up on those buyers, not giving up on those sellers that are not ready quite yet. So asking those questions about when, we're approaching the holidays where, the holidays are here at this point, but asking them, do they, for that objection of, we're going to wait till the new year, we're going to wait till Christmas is over, whatever that looks like. Do you want to be in your home right after Christmas, right in the new year? Or is that when you want to start looking? Because that's going to kind of take away, it's going to help you place them in different buckets on who I need to be spending time with right now. And also, this is a great time to, again, double down on that, get a head start in your year, because whatever I'm doing right now, whatever I'm doing today in my business, it's going to directly affect the income that I have in January and in February. So you have to think 1 month, 2 months ahead at all times when it comes to real estate, because we're on a 90-day cycle with any leads that we're working, or any sellers that you're working with, any buyers that you're working with, any referrals you have. So just keep that in mind when you're speaking if you're on a team or you pay for leads. Don't give up on them, right? Not everybody there's no instant gratification in real estate, unfortunately. But you're in for the long haul. This is it can be a slow burn with some prospects that you have, but it will pay off if you just stay consistent on a weekly basis. Those VIP clients, you're going to want to reach out once a week. Stay top of mind always, because especially I can speak for our market. We have about 15,000 real estate agents in the triangle alone. That's a lot of agents. There's probably, I'll say, 10% of them are, working them that's even pretty liberal to say 10%, but there's still a lot of agents that are reaching out to leads on a consistent basis. So you want to be the loudest in the room at all times. You want to make sure that if I'm working with John Doe and he's a prospect of mine, that I'm concreting myself into his brain when it comes to real estate. Interest rates, another great thing. Lean into anything that you can. So what we're hearing in the news, what the public's hearing in the news, we're always having to kind of combat that, reel it in a little bit, make it seem more real for these buyers and sellers. So as it pertains to real estate, there's been consistent week over week. I think over the past 6 weeks, there's been consistent rate drops. I think right now my lender just spoke that they're getting people approved with FHA at 6%. That is huge, and that brings so many buyers back into the market. So now is a great time. If you're not sending update videos directly pertaining, I would send personal videos to all of my leads, letting them know, hey, we can get you, the interest rate has dropped significantly. Now is the time to buy a house before all these other buyers come back in, and now you're writing offers for $50,000 over. You're, having to put, 10% down in DD, crazy amounts of money. Get in now while the market's still fairly level. So it's huge. So send that out every single week. Stay consistent. And you're going to hear me keep saying the word consistency, because that is my word for 2024 is consistency. Because that brings money in, that helps you convert more, as long as I'm doing something every single week, week over week. Number 4, an easy CMA. So we've heard everyone, if you're not leveraging RPR, reach out to me and I can help you get that set up. You already are paying for it through your realtor dues. So make sure that you're leveraging that website. It's really easy to create quick CMAs in under a minute that you just go through. It's branded for you. It's a great resource that you can go out if you live in a neighborhood that has decent turnover, that's maybe not new construction. Even if it is a few years old in new construction, get an easy CMA. Get a CMA out to 10 people a week, either in your sphere, in your neighborhood, past clients. Get that out and follow up with them on that, because there's a lot of people, especially, and I speak for my market, the appreciation rate in my market it's crazy. It's amazing for homeowners right now. So make sure that you're staying, again, consistent with that. Send 10 out a week. I've also seen agents who will just go onto Zillow and take a screen grab of the Zestimate of a property, because again, that's what the public is seeing. They're not running CMAs on their own. Send that take a screenshot, text it, email it over to a homeowner, and just simply put, hey, how do you feel about this price? I have my own opinion. Give me a call, right? So then you can dive into that number and figure out the actual reality of that Zestimate. And lastly, open houses. And we'll talk about this. I'm going to die on this hill. Open houses are probably your best lead source for buyers you will ever find. Those are people that are out in the field or out in the public viewing homes, typically are ready and able to purchase a property, but doing that at the highest level that you can. If you're a firm, it does not have to be in your own team's listing. It doesn't have to be your own firm's listing. You just need that listing agent's approval to host an open house for them. But typically, listing agents would love to get more exposure on their property. Go out and knock that open house out of the park. Have signs out there. Door knock prior to, get familiar with other listings in that area. Have food, have finger food there, have champagne, have music playing, have a good vibe inside that house, because it's just a venue for your lead party, right? So I'm going to be talking to sellers, I'm going to be talking to buyers. Get them in and stay on top of those leads. Those are leads that are going to become your VIPs very, very quickly. So going in, sticking one open house sign and being slunched over the island in the kitchen is just not going to cut it. Do what you can to get attendance up, and then go after those leads as hard as you can, and you'll see conversions from that. Really, the overarching thing, again, is that consistency, your commitment to your business. What can you commit to, or what will you commit to in your business to make sure that you blow 2024 out of the park. And really, agents that are putting in the work, they're putting in the time into their business, are going to see success. I think this year, we can all agree that this year kind of beat a lot of us up. But really, it's given us the motivation, especially for my team and other agents that I'm talking to, giving me the motivation as a team lead and down to the agent level, that it really kind of was a reality check for a lot of us that we're going to have to double down on areas of our business that we didn't think we had to. And really, that's going to be our remedy to crush it next year. So I wanted to, Dave, is there questions that we can go over?
Well, so far, Matthew's been saying his year so far has been challenging, but offering sellers other options has let me move forward a bit. Did you want to expand on that a little bit, Matthew? I'm curious what other offerings you're presenting to your sellers. But yeah, we can move on while you
okay.
write something.
Yeah. So another thing, I'm actually going to circle back to, I'm going to go back to the mortgage rates right now too, is getting creative with your buyers right now. Because if, interest rates, we're still dealing with that, everyone thinking that they're going to wait for, COVID rates again, which will not happen. Your buyers that are waiting for that, they're going to be waiting 100+ years. It would take, I heard from a lender, it would take another 9/11, something that large that would hit the economy to get rates back that low. And obviously, we do not want to see that happen. And so it's not going to happen. But so getting creative with them, there's different programs with different lenders that you can plug into. So first-time home buyer, packages with loan packages, new construction, really pivoting people to new construction. There's a lot of incentives right now. One, because it's year end, and two, because of inventory. I know in our area, there's a builder right now doing a $30,000 buyer incentive that can go to pay down mortgage points. So you can get your interest rate significantly lower by going new construction. There's different loan packages that they have. That there's one in our area, or I think it's national. It's a home path loan that's 100% financed. There's no P&I insurance. You can still, there's options out there for your buyers. So that's one, it takes talking to your vendors, making sure you're plugged into the right vendors, and you're asking the right questions to them, really diving into what their motivation is to move. If it is a money thing, get creative. You can find people houses. It's not a 20% down conventional loan. Even with conventional, it doesn't need to be 20% down. So just think outside the box and talk to your vendors. Did you elaborate on anything?
I have nothing yet.
Okay. Yeah. So again, if you guys have any questions, drop it down. I'll keep chatting here for a few minutes. I think for myself and for my team next year really is getting creative. We have, we went through our business planning and what that looks like, and you break that down month over month and seeing what you have to convert, how many conversations that I need to have. And the biggest thing too is picking up your phone. I think that's another hill that I'll die on is, especially now, there's definitely some people that are going to want to communicate through text message. But when you're in the beginning, I have a call cadence set up that my team follows that has within the first 5 days, there's about 15 contacts. And the majority of, there's more. There's 20 total contacts in the first 5 days, with the majority of those being phone calls, because that is when a lead comes in, you want to front load that communication in the beginning. So I can concrete myself into their brain and also concrete myself into that buy time that they're looking. So if they're looking right now, I want to make sure that I become that agent that they work with. And if they're on my website, then they're on my competitors' websites, and I do not want them working with my competition. And that's where I keep it in my brain that I do not want them working with any other agent. So I'm going to make sure that I get in front of them and become that resource for them.
From Catherine, any recommendations for hosting or finding networking events?
I would first start with your association. realtor networking events. I think Catherine, are you speaking about realtor networking events? Okay. Yeah. So I would start with your realtor association. And then also just getting into, depending on what like firm you're with, speaking with your broker in charge or your managing broker, see what resources they have. But definitely a lot of them partner with your association, or reach out to your vendors too. A lot of times your lenders will be plugged into a lot of different networking for themselves. So it's great. You can take along with them as well. Okay. Well, I'm really excited to be on with today's Mindset for Success. I want to make sure that you guys are registered. We do this every Thursday. So if you're not, I want to make sure you guys go to 3commaagent.com and register. You're going to get all of access to all previous Mindset for Successes and also some other great things that you guys can use as resources. If you guys want, I have an easy CMA document to follow to make sure you guys, it has a follow-up cadence for it. If you want that, drop that into the box or shoot me an email at cliff@martyhampton.com and I'll be happy to get that over to you. And we will see you guys next Thursday. Hold on.
If you guys want that document, just put your names in the chat. The chat should be open for a few minutes after we end the webinar today. So just drop your name in there or just email us back at cliff@martyhampton.com and we'll get that over to you.
Awesome. All right, guys, we will see you next week at 1 p.m. Eastern.